stress free, leave your kids at home. Leave your kids at home. Do your two-step, get your groove on. This is feel good music, you can move on. Relax, stress free, leave your kids at home. Leave your kids at home.
Yes, yes, yes. What's happening, everybody? It's your man, Russ Mitchell, the homesick Buckeye. We are here with my ride or die nurse, Kim.
How's everybody doing? Haven't seen y'all in a while. Where y'all been?
Oh, listen, my ride or die left me to die last week.
Sometimes life gets in the way of our hobbies.
You gotta make got to make the donuts.
Make that money.
Actually, we don't eat donuts. Actually, you gotta make the donuts, not eat the donuts.
Yeah.
We can sell donuts to vegans. But and vegetarians. What's up to them? No, man. It's good. I missed you last week, but I had a quacky wacky one hanging out.
I actually watched at work. I was at work watching the show and listening. I put my ear pod in and
yeah, that is my dude. That is my guy right there, man. That's my man, Rick. He was with us last week. He filled in there. Appreciate that. But my ride or die is back with me. Nurse Kim is back with me today, so good to see her. I haven't been on with her. Although I did talk to her. I did talk to her in between. But yeah, man. Let's see who's in here with us. So our man Bruce is here. You know, we gotta say hi to him early because he's putting on his fuzzy pajamas right now, y'all. He is about to. Yeah, he's warming up some milk and got lullaby tunes playing on in the background, man. So he's halfway to sleep. I see Cheryl is here. Hey, Cheryl from Wisconsin, on Wisconsin in football season. You know, I'm in football season mode here, although I'm a little ahead of myself. So that's it. And speaking of the quack man himself. My man Rick is in the building. Good to see you, brother. As always, appreciate you guys being here. My man K Hill. From the Shy is in there. He's out there ducking carjackers and he's hanging in there, brother. I see you. Appreciate you, man. Doc V. My man, I was with him in Orlando for a little while. Saw him. I think he's got an interview coming up with Doc Chafee, and he was on Carrie's live stream. Doc V is about to be big time, folks. I'm just telling you, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us. It's going to be about I give him 3 weeks. We won't see him again. He'll be hanging out with
it right now. You know.
Man.
He's making the rounds. I've seen him. He's making the rounds.
No, that's my dude. That's my guy too. Doc V is my buddy. He ain't going nowhere, man. He's gonna rock with us till the wheels fall off. But I'm happy to see the way the world needs to know him. He's a really, really good dude and great story, good friend.
Awesome progress.
All the best. And let's see, he says, Heart Attack Grill is always looking for it's funny. Okay. Bruce has got his buddy slippers on. I love that. Okay, yeah, I didn't see that, but he's everywhere, man. He's doing his thing. Very happy for him.
I like that old guy carnivore. I watch him all the time.
Yeah, he is pretty cool. I've seen clips of him. Shout out to him. I think his name is Mitch, right?
I'm not good at names, but I call him
Dr. Tony. I love that, man. Yeah, Doc Tony. I hope you I hope you punched him. For me there. I'm upset with Doc. I got listen, I'll transition there briefly. I was in Orlando for the Keto Orlando Summit this weekend. I'm still coming down off of that. Folks, if you've never been out to a keto event with the family, you should definitely put that on your plans. It's so cool, so much fun just to be around the folks and all that kind of stuff. Doc Hampton. Now I don't, this, Kim, because you've been to a keto event with me. You don't see me, I don't go into the meetings and sit through the lectures and so I am a man of the people.
Now, when you go out to the bathroom, there's Russ. He's hanging out.
Yeah, I'm lurking. That's right. I'm lurking. I'm not one might listen. Okay, there's a couple things going. First and foremost, I don't have the attention span to sit in one place for 45 minutes at a time. Okay, listen. You could go back to the third grade. This is probably when it all started. This is why I was always in trouble in school. I just can't sit there. I either doze off or like my mind is racing, I'm fidgeting and stuff. So I'm not really one to sit there patiently for the time and listen to the seminars. And also, I don't want to learn too much because the success of my channel depends on me being a dummy. Okay, so I can't. If I learn too much and I get too smart and all my subscribers are gone. They need me to be They need me to be an idiot. They need me to be ignorant. This is exactly where I need to stay. So I can't learn too much. I got to stay ignorant for my subscribers. All right. So bottom line is I'm usually out in the hall. I was there Thursday night for the party. I was there Friday night for the dinner. I was there a little Saturday afternoon. Dr. Hampton comes in, gives his speech, and leaves. Had to go back. He literally hopped on the plane and got there and hopped on the plane and left. And I wasn't there because it was in the heart of the speak time. So I didn't come till later. By the time I got there, I was like, where's Dr. Hampton? And they're like, oh, he left. So I sent him a mean text. And
as you should.
Yeah, so I would have definitely come over if I knew he wasn't going to be there. Mm-hmm. I would have definitely popped over, said hey to my man, and we'll see him probably. I think he'll be in. He's going to be in Louisville, I think. So I'll see him here soon. And
yeah, and last year he stayed the whole.
Yeah, his wife with him. His wife was with him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way it worked out. He had other obligations, and so he only just came in, gave his talk, and hung out for just a little bit, and then left. And so, hey, listen, he's a busy guy too, in high demand. So, that's how it goes. Doc says, Russ Never, I'm the common man doctor. Yeah, you might be the common man doctor, but that doesn't mean you're going to be the common man YouTuber. All right? So, hey, listen, I can't be mad at you, Doc. I can't blame you if you're big timey. I'm proud of you and happy for you. I take no offense to being big time. Listen, you can do better than me. I ain't mad at you. Do what you do, brother. I'm happy for you. As always, folks, if you want to pop in the stream and say, hey, we got the link in the chat, and you can pop in and say hey to us, see what's going on. Okay, in keeping with the theme of the Keto Orlando Summit, shout out to everybody. All the family was there. It was great. It was wonderful. I did not get 1 millisecond of footage. Not 1 millisecond of footage.
Were you even there if you didn't get any footage?
Yes, but it's just the way it worked out. Okay, I got there Thursday. I meant to get some footage, but it was just, chaotic. It was just everybody was hanging out and talking. You get to talking to this person and that person. And then by the time you're like, okay, I need to get some footage, everybody's leaving. So you're like, okay, well, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll get it tomorrow. Well, then you come back the next day, same kind of thing happens. And then G was there. She came in Friday, ended up hanging out with her and Frederick most of the time, just talking kind of outside the party, just hanging out with them, talking with them. One thing led to another. Time just gets away. You're having fun. You're enjoying the conversation. You're like, oh, I need to bust the camera out and take some footage. And everybody's leaving again. You're like, oh, I'll get it tomorrow. And tomorrow keeps going to tomorrow, and then you leave with no footage. So, but it was raining and all kind of stuff. I would have maybe done something outside, but the weather really wasn't that great outside. So you just have to take my word for it that it was a great time. But yeah, I didn't get any footage. I'm a terrible content creator. I guess, so there you have it. There you go. Doc Hampton is such a gentleman. Yes, he most certainly is. Charlie says Mitch is carnivore except for cigars.
I remember that. Yeah. He was basically like, I'm keeping my cigars. I don't care what y'all think.
Yes, I'm carnivore except for my potatoes. I'm keeping my potatoes. I don't care what. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to support you.
What'd you say?
So I was going to support you. I'm a good friend.
No. I have let go of my beloved Spud. She is but a faint memory in my past. Although, I may see her on Thanksgiving Day. I might, I might run into some old friends on Thanksgiving Day. So, yeah, Rick says, I agree with Russ. I get so bored if I'm not doing anything. I don't know how you can sit through sports. Oh, well, that's different. Sports are wonderful and awesome. So, yeah, I love sports. Speaking of sports, who's watching the Olympics out there? Is anybody watching the Olympics? I mean, man, I love the Olympics. I'm very patriotic. Are you patriotic, Kim?
I mean, I was in the United States Air Force. They pretty much, they make you patriotic. I mean,
well, they make you patriotic, or they make you the opposite of patriotic. They push you away. You come on, loving America more or hating America?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I love our country. I think it's it's one of the best anyway. Like we like to think it's the best.
I mean, well, that's right. So we are the land of the free and the home of the Whopper. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Right. That's right.
No, listen. I absolutely, man. There's nothing like it. I love to see the flags waving on the chant USA, USA, and I also like it that we win things. I like that too. It's like there's some sports where we kind of don't do that well, but most sports we're like whooping ass and taking names. So I love that too. I do. I have to say I kind of like being a bit of the bully in that way. And but yeah, man, there was a lot of great Olympic action, a lot of great swimming. I'm gonna tell you too, I like some of the obscure events. Man, I love handball. If you guys have ever seen handball in Olympics, that looks like it's so much fun. The 3-on-3 basketball, I like that. I like all kind of, just odd sports that you don't get to see all the time. I love the swimming, of course, the track and field. Track and field was epic. I don't know if you saw the men's 100-yard or 100-meter. Man, that was crazy. And, they've been hyping Noah Lyles, obviously. He's been on every NBC commercial, and it was really dramatic because he got beat in his first 2 rounds. Like, the preliminaries before the final, like the medal, Mm-hmm. So in the preliminary round, he was kind of on cruise control. Like he wasn't really, which they never do in the early rounds. They're so much better than so many of the other competitors. And they don't want to, put their, really go 100 until the final because you have to run several races in a short period of time. So he was kind of nonchalant about it, and he got beat in the preliminary round. But the first 3 move on. So, but of course he was supposed to win it by 100 yards, but he didn't. And he said after they interviewed him that he kind of, wasn't. He should have been, better. Well, the second round, he got beat again, but he wasn't goofing around. I mean, you could see he got on his horse. I mean, it's hard to describe, obviously, in words, but if you ever seen those races, they come out and then they hit a point where they start to really hit that downshift, that gear, and he downshifted, and the dude next to him downshifted too. He couldn't catch him. And I was
how quick they are.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, oh no, this is not good, because you could see it wasn't like the first round. He was really trying. And so going into the final, it was crazy. And he won by 5/1000th of a second. And he had to come from behind to do it. With about 30 meters to go, he was about maybe a 6 or 8 inches behind the leaders, because there were 2 guys ahead of him. But in that last 30 meters, he hit another gear, and it was 3 of them right across the wire, and he won by 5,000th of a second.
I feel like I just saw the whole race.
Yes, it was on YouTube. Like NBC Sports
it's good. It's visual.
Yes, if you want to see an incredible 100-meter dash. If you're into sports, NBC Sports has a YouTube channel, and they have all the clips from all the events, and you can watch the replay of that. Sha'Carri Richardson got beat, but you kind of saw that coming because she did the same thing. Like in her first elimination, she got beat, but then in her second elimination, she came out harder and she won it. But in the final, she got beat. But she wasn't the favorite. There was a girl from St. Lucia, I think. I can't think of her name, was really good. And she was expected to win, and she did. But America got second and third. So, all right. Well, that's enough Olympic talk. What are you guys eating out there this week? What are you guys making? What's good out there this week on the grub side of the game? Let's see here. D. May Maver, welcome. Says Mitch's cigar is bigger than him. I always hated mashed potatoes. It looks like something to plaster my wall with. Listen, man, I have told you, listen, you're my guy, but I will fight you. I will fight you. I will not have you defaming my beloved potato just because they're not with me anymore. I'm with them in spirit.
Oh, wait till you see what he said about the Olympics.
Oh, well, I expect that from him. Yeah, it's just
not that.
It's like it's first time I've not watched it all. Well, I will say this: I do watch it because I enjoy it. But since the advent of the internet and YouTube and that, you can catch up really quick. Like you can go to their channel and catch all the highlights and catch all the big, events and that kind of stuff. You don't have to. It's not like the old days where, I remember when I was a kid, we used to watch the Olympics. There was just a couple of channels. It was like one channel, and you just had to sit there and watch what they told you to watch. Now, like I have YouTube TV, and I can watch any event. Like they give you all the events, and you can click on the ones you want to see, and it'll automatically record it for you. So I'm like up, it's like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm watching like the Netherlands versus France handball.
Oh my God.
And I'm loving it. I'm just loving it, man. I'm like, this is the most awesome thing. So yeah, it's just kind of funny because obviously they're in a different time zone.
I like to look at their outfits, but I've been at work most of the days that the Olympics have been on. I don't usually watch them, but I like to see who the winners are, know.
I like, listen, I like some of the outfits too, especially the track and field, female track and field. I like those outfits. I'm surprised, I have to say this. I'm surprised in this day and age that they still wear some of those outfits. Some of them are, obviously very skimpy. And I can't believe that somebody somewhere hasn't, tried to strike a blow against the patriarchy and, say it's just, this is sexist. They're wearing these skimpy. They don't need to wear these skimpy outfits, especially like the beach volleyball and stuff. Man, I'm like, I don't know how some of those folks can compete, man. But it's like you got I don't know. It looks uncomfortable to me. We'll just put it that way. But yeah. Cahill says Rick don't like anything other than ducks and dodges.
Right. Did you see what he
said? Listen, I can tell we had a talk about this last week. Family, if I never ever again in life see another duck mating video, it'll be too soon.
I heard about that.
My life will never be the same after watching a duck mating video. Don't do it. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Do not do that. Now he said something about duck fighting videos. Now, a duck fighting video, I might watch that because, what the hey. And you're expecting violence, you're expecting it's a fight. Yeah. I wasn't expecting what I saw with the duck mating. It was a fight too. I just put it that way. There was no romance. There was no romance at all. Yes. So anyway, Doc V made a beef belly in the oven a couple nights ago. Yeah, Doc was telling me about beef belly. I guess it's not the easiest thing to come by. And he was talking about that when I was with him. Cooked it at 275 until it hit 203. I'm still eating from it. But I'm guessing it's mostly fat. I I don't know how much meat is in it. If it's like pork belly, it's mostly fat, like kind of like bacon, right? Have you ever had pork belly, Kim? I've never had pork belly.
Oh yeah, pork belly a lot. I like to make it in the air fryer. So good.
Original Olympics were naked.
TMI. TMI.
Yeah, I was gonna say they still have that. They call it something else now. I cycled down to Fresco miles for beef at $2.98 a pound today. There you go. I made scrambled eggs and beef, hot dogs, and sausages. I made some steaks and picanha and took them down to Orlando with me, and I ate those. And then we went to Fogo de Chao with some friends Saturday night, which was cool. You know, I'd heard that Fogo de Chao was like so much better than other Brazilian steakhouses. I mean, you guys can let me know what your favorite. I've eaten at 3 or 4 different ones, and I don't know. I've found them all to be about the same. I don't know. Now, you know, Kim is not a fan of the Brazilian steakhouse. Yes,
No.
because she doesn't like the air to touch her meat before it touches the plate. She like
I
yes,
don't like everybody.
yeah,
I don't like the meat just being
yeah,
carried
yeah,
around the place.
yeah. She don't. Yeah, she wants it right off the
sitting on
grill.
it, and no.
Yeah, she wants it right off the grill, right onto her plate. She doesn't like the air. You know, she doesn't like. You might. Hey, listen, Kim.
I don't
What she
like
says.
shared meat.
Yes, you might as well put it on a
Nasty.
flagpole and just fly it around the room. You know, for like a meat flag. You know, she doesn't like that. You know, she doesn't want it all
It's nasty.
around the room. So I get it. I totally understand. Although I don't agree with you, it is delicious. But the only difference that I've noticed in terms, again, we've talked about this. My palate is not refined. I have an ignorant palate. All right. So I'm not in tune with all the different, you know, the things. So I'm basic and simple, but I haven't really noticed any quality difference in the different steakhouses I've been to, but there has been a difference in selection. So like, you know, some of them have, you know, different kinds of steaks and others and different flavors of steaks and that kind of stuff. So like when I went to one that had like a garlic picanha, which was really good. And I went to some that had more seafood choices, like they had shrimp and salmon, and others don't have that. So, you know, I've had, you know, differences that way. But in terms of the flavor and the, you know, just the, you know, the meat itself, I really haven't noticed any difference in them, not anything worth discussing. So, and I've never been disappointed. I've eaten it, I guess, 4 different brands or different, you know, I don't know what you call them. I guess they're not brands, but 4 different, you know, types of Brazilian steakhouses. And I've been very, very happy and left very, very full at every one of them. And so I don't know. But people can tell me what their, you know, favorite ones are. Kale says he's making oxtails Thursday. Yeah, you know what, brother? That's going to be, I think I'm rocking with you on that, man. I'm going to make, I made some beef sausages and some steaks Sunday night when I got back, and some eggs. I'll be out of that probably Thursday. And I think that's what I'm going to do. But, you know, I do my oxtails and I debone them and I mix them with ground beef. So that's how I started making my oxtails now, because they're just so fatty. They kind of roll through me. They take the fast lane. They're over in the far left lane, brother. They don't, yeah. So that's kind of how I do them. I pressure cook them and then debone them and mix them with some ground beef and eat them that way. So that's the move for me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make some mocktails Thursday or Friday myself, man. So we'll be together in spirit. Kel likes Fogo. Yeah, I like them all, man. I don't have any that I don't like. I've gotten a lot of Fogo de Chao, but it's too rich for my blood. Yeah, listen, it's no joke there. It is a little pricey. I mean, all restaurants are a little pricey now, man. You can't, you go anywhere. You can, I mean, I don't care where you go. I mean, everything is pricey that way. You know, I was out of town. Um, if you are, you know, if you've not been to a Brazilian steakhouse, the lunch, if you go before like 3 o'clock, it's a lot cheaper than if you go for dinner. We were there, it was packed. We had to wait probably like 30 minutes before we got seated. We had, I mean, and I think they had a reservation and we still had to wait. So, but it was definitely really good and certainly worth it because, you know, you figure if you go to some place like Longhorn or Outback or any kind of steakhouse, you know, there's no way I get out of there less than 40 or $50. I mean, it's just unfortunately with tip, you know, steak and, you know, tip and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's what you're going to spend. So you get a lot more for your money with the Brazilian steakhouse. But Kim ain't going with me.
No, listen, it's like Jules says in Pulp Fiction, sewer rat might taste like pumpkin pie, but I'd never know because I'm not going to eat it. Yeah, they can wave at me through the air all they want. They can keep it. I don't want it.
You know, I feel bad for you only because
No.
I know how much you would, if you could somehow get past that mentally.
If I was the first table, if they would just bring it to me first, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I
Now,
don't
you
want
know,
that if it's gone to all these other tables.
I think, you know what? I think you can do that. I'm
Well,
pretty sure you don't have to choose that. They call it the total experience when they bring up, but I'm 90% sure if you said, hey, I don't want the total experience. I want the
that
limited
sounds like some
experience.
massage parlor stuff. I don't want any part of that. I just want my
Nobody
meat
said nobody
fresh
said
on my plate.
anything. Nobody said anything about a happy ending. What I said was, if
You
you
said
went
the
in there,
total experience.
that's what they call it. If
I
you
don't want
get
any
the
part of that.
unlimited, all you can eat, that's what they call it. I didn't name it. It's just what it is. What I'm saying is, if you went in and said, I don't want that, I just want a steak cooked medium well or rare, I don't know, whatever you like, medium on a plate, I'm 90% sure they would get it to you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because I saw there's other things on the menu besides the all you can eat, you know, and they have the buffet as well.
I didn't stay long enough to see it because
Yeah.
me and Nicole and our new friend Heather were sitting there, and there was a whole bunch of other people around, and I'm sure they were nice people too. But then they started bringing that meat out, and I was just like, I'm having an anxiety attack right now. I need to leave. I said, Nicole, I will see you back at the hotel. I have got to go.
Yeah.
And I left and I just had the best time. I ordered in and my food came and it was like in its own little container and I had the best time and I watched TV in my room and you know, was that weird of me? Maybe, but I had to be true to myself, you know?
I had an anxiety attack too because I wanted to just tackle the man, grab him, and snatch all the meat and just eat it right off of the stick. So we both had anxiety attack. After I had my first couple slices, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And so then when they brought out the next one, I had an anxiety attack too. I want to just tackle him and grab him and just whack him in the head with something and just take the meat from him and put it on.
Listen, I won't even eat after my own family members. And I get that from my dad. Like if you ate something off my dad's plate, he would be like, it's yours.
Yeah.
I don't know. My family's weird like that.
No, hey, listen, more from me. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just order a regular steak. I'm 99% sure. You don't have to do that. You just say, hey, I want a steak. And the other thing that they do, now see, this was a little different. Fogo was, and I don't know if it was just this one or if this is what they do, but they kept coming in there with chicken and pork and other stuff. I'm like, get that away from me. I am not here for chicken. We had bacon wrapped chicken. I'm like, did you just say chicken? I'm not paying. I'm not here for that. Then of course they give you the salad because they got a salad bar and all that. And I'm like, okay, you can go to the salad bar. I said, I'm not going to the salad bar. Bring on the meat. Okay, that's what I'm here for. I'm not eating a bunch of lettuce and tomatoes and cheese. No shot. I'm not wasting 1 inch, 1 millimeter of stomach space on cheese and tomatoes and stuff I can get at. I got that at the house. I mean, some cheese. I don't have any tomatoes. I'm like, no way. And chicken, they came out with chicken thighs. It's like, oh, chicken thigh. I'm like, no way, man. I just bought chicken thighs for $1.59 a pound at Winn-Dixie. You better bring on the $20 a pound meat.
I was gonna say, what is this? The sale? The sale at the grocery store?
Yeah, for me, eating out is Aldi or Frisco parking lot. I thought that was hunting. That's where he gets his ducks.
I love Aldi.
Oh, listen, Bruce, man, come on, man. I need you to man up here, brother. You will not be disappointed. I will not steer you wrong on no grub, brother. I will not do it. I'm telling you.
I was surprised to learn that these are not actually ox tails. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Tails.
Yeah,
I mean,
the beef. Yeah, cow tails. I don't know. Listen, man. Your life will never be the same. You get them things, you season them up, throw them in a crock pot or Instant Pot or whatever for about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, it's a new day. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. Kay Hill agrees with me.
Is that a Florida thing, Russ?
What's that?
The oxtails. Because
it's more of a black people thing.
Okay. Well, my favorite YouTuber who lives in Florida also is also a black lady. So like maybe
there you go.
Anyway, she's always making oxtails. So.
Yeah, it's kind of a soul food thing, it's like there are cultural differences when it comes to cuisine, like the macaroni and cheese. Yeah, ain't no box involved.
Yeah, she makes that cheese. Too.
She bake it. Yeah, you bake it. You got on. Yeah, it's just a good, beans and rice, black eyed peas, all that kind of stuff. Stuff you get. Now it is Southern in the sense, it's a soul food kind of thing, but it's also Caribbean. So like if you have a Caribbean restaurant anywhere, I'm sure you do in Lexington, they always will have oxtails. They serve a lot of curry and jerk too, like jerk chicken. You ever had jerk chicken or curry chicken?
Yeah, I've had jerk chicken.
Yeah. Where'd you have that at?
I don't know. A restaurant.
I said, I don't know if you made it at home or if you Yeah, wherever, if they sell jerk chicken, they probably sell oxtails too. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. But yeah, so if you want to, the only problem with the restaurant, like, let's say for instance, there's somebody like Bruce and they're like, I'm not sure. And if you just, find a Caribbean restaurant somewhere, anywhere in your town and get some, they normally will smother them in gravy and put them on a bed of rice or potatoes. So you can't just order oxtails, just say, hey, give me your oxtails, because you don't just get them like that. And so, if you're going to get them, just ask them, say, hey, do you make them in gravy? Do you put a gravy on the side? I mean, how, what are your choices? And if you're not super duper strict, a little gravy is not going to be the end of the world. But you don't want the rice or potatoes, obviously, if you're strict, but a little bit of gravy. So you can try them that way if you want to. Just to see what they're like, the texture and the flavor and that kind of stuff. And then you can make them at home however you want. But yeah, it's definitely a staple in the South and in the Caribbean.
I think I actually had jerk chicken like on something, or I'm thinking, was it like tacos? Maybe it was a taco place. We used to eat at this taco place that you could get like any kind of tacos, and you get like 3 different kinds. So you pick. I'm pretty sure that's where I had tried the jerk chicken. But nurses, we eat out all the time, so like we're always ordering in.
Well, I will say too that jerk is kind of like, I don't know, jerk seasoning. You got like the real and the fake. So like if you go to a wing place, like, I don't know, just a generic BW3s or Buffalo Wild Wings, they'll have a jerk sauce that they put with the wings, but that ain't the real jerk. You want the real jerk, you got to go to the Caribbean. Go either if you're traveling, like if you take a cruise or something, you go to Bahamas or Jamaica or any of the islands, and you go like to a local vendor or local mom and pop restaurant, and you order some jerk chicken or some jerk whatever. It ain't gonna be nothing like what you got at BW3s. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, what? It's just like I don't know how to describe it. It's just not the same. But and it also again, some places are a lot spicier than others because even curry's the same way. Like if you just get curry seasoning at the store and like make curry whatever, it's not the same as if you go to a Middle Eastern like an Indian place or like a Jamaican or Caribbean place. It's not the same. And you have to ask because some places make it milder, some places make it hotter. It all depends on the cook and the way they choose to do it. So because if you might go one place and like, oh, this is great. And then you go to another place and it burns your face off and you're like, oh my goodness, what happened? So there's a lot of variation in jerk and curry seasoning.
Well, my husband doesn't like curry, so he usually introduces me to different foods. And, before I met him, I had never even had sushi, believe it or not.
Oh, that's funny. I like curry as long as it's not hot, spicy, because I don't like spicy. But I do like curry if it's mild. But if it's spicy, I don't know why people get excited about burning their face off and their nose running and all that.
No.
So
my son loves that. I have my 18-year-old.
Yeah, no thank you.
He'll get ghost pepper. I buy these. It's the original ghost peppers. And these people had frozen them and they make hot sauce and sell it at the farmer's market. And he loves that stuff. And it's just, I can't even hardly stand to watch him eat it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's just not my idea of fun, mouth burning, not to mention fire in the hole, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, Nay is here. What's going on, sis? How are you doing?
You in your cartoon glory.
Yes, you're right. They have an a la carte menu, which I'm guessing he's talking about the Caribbean joints. I'm sure they got the bomb spots in Chicago. I know they got the bomb Caribbean joints in Chicago, man. I know they do. They got some good ones. They got some pretty good ones down here too. They definitely do. I paid my dues to Jamaican society. I've spent many a dollar at the Caribbean spots, man. Because I like that jerk chicken. Whoo, that's good, man. And then, curry, the jerk, all of it. It's great. So I went to Golden Corral a couple of years ago. I go to Golden Corral a lot when I travel because they have all-you-can-eat steak, and you can get it to go. So I know. But so I'll go in there.
That chocolate fountain.
I do not partake of those things any longer. I wasn't really a big sweet guy anyway. Listen, when I went to Golden Corral, I'll give you one guess where I went first.
The steak.
Yeah. No. In my old life, no. In my new life, yeah. But in my old life, man, I went right to the potatoes. Mashed potatoes and gravy, man. I could eat my weight in mashed potatoes and gravy. I went the whole dessert area. I might get a cookie or some ice cream or something, but that wasn't my thing. That's not how you get me. If you're going to get me, it's going to be with beans and rice, mashed potatoes and gravy, macaroni and cheese. That's how you get me. If you ever see me in a net or in a one of those things where the bottom drops out, they trap animals like they put dig a hole and put some food or something and they cover it with leaves and you walk up and fall down in the hole. Yeah, if you ever see me in a hole, that's how they got me there, is with mashed potatoes and gravy.
Listen,
they didn't get stuffing.
Is this the keto cookout or is this to trigger people who are keto? Because I feel like we do a lot of triggering on here. I can't watch this show.
We've been talking about oxtails. We've been talking about oxtails and beef belly and all that. Listen, this is my old life. My old life. But I go to Golden Corral when I'm out, especially because they have all-you-can-eat steak. I'll go in, I'll eat all, I'll hit them. I'll be like, look, I'll take that piece and that piece and that piece and that piece. Now that's not so bad because it's right on the grill and they take it right off the grill. It's not like in a bin with all the other food. Like you walk
How
up.
high quality is the steak at Golden
Oh, it's
Corral?
not. It's sirloin. It's not the greatest, but good grief, it's all you can eat, and
Go
so
there.
no, listen. I'm traveling. It's not like I'm at home where I can, you got to do what
But
you can
you
do.
know what? You know what's worse than Golden Corral? There's a place called Ryan's.
Oh
Have you
yeah, they
been
used to
there?
have those. They used to have those when I was a kid in Ohio.
That was the nastiest place I've ever eaten. And I don't know if it
Yeah.
was just that one location
Mm.
or what, but that was nasty.
Yeah, I mean, you figure, you can go into some place and sit down and get, something to eat, but you spend a lot more. And I'm like, hey, they got chicken. I'll get some baked chicken. I'll get some steak, and I'll just load up, and it's reasonable. And then I'll take some to go, and it's really not bad. And it's priced, like I said, traveling to me, it's one of the better options unless you bring your own food with you. So that's the only time I really go there. You saw Renee. Yeah, chicken and pork for supper. He's talking about he's talking
Yeah.
about the steakhouse. Yeah, man. You go in there, you sit down, they bring out, do you want some chicken? And no, I don't. No, I don't. And I'm gonna tell you, the ribeye guy, they brought a lot of picanha out there, a lot of sirloin. And I was like, where is the ribeye guy? Okay, I need to see him. I'm like, and they sent him around. I'm telling you, like every fourth or fifth, it's like, here comes the chicken, and here comes the sirloin, and here comes the chicken thighs, and here comes something else. I'm like, where is the ribeye, man? What is going on with that?
They're not wanting
So
you
then,
to get much of that.
yeah, then they
They
come
pay
out
money.
and got to be like, ribeye, but yes, I've been waiting for you for half an hour. So, but yeah, it was good. Air fried pork chops. Yeah, listen. If you're at home,
That,
all
Ruth.
things. Listen, if you're at home, all things are go. But when you go out to a Brazilian steakhouse, you're going to spend for lunch probably at least $40, and for dinner at least $60. So you got to get your money's worth. I told him I'm not here for no chicken or no $6 a pound sirloin. I want the good meat. 68 cents a pound for chicken. Yeah, that's good. Okay, it's the tail of a castrated cow. Now, how do you know that?
Why is it castrated? What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, how is that? I'm afraid to ask that question. Maybe the tails are better out there castrated. I don't know. This is that chicken sale, but they were freakishly huge. They were freaking. Oh, that's funny.
You don't want your chicken on steroids.
Freakishly huge. Bruce, you cannot mess up anything in a pressure cooker. Well,
Not
don't
a pressure
underestimate
cooker, an
me.
air fryer.
Yeah, you can't air fry oxtails.
No, he's talking about pork chops.
Oh, no, I thought he was talking about the oxtails because I keep telling him how good they are, and he says he chickens out. You can't mess them up, man. Pressure cook them for a minimum of an hour. You can go longer if you want. An hour and 10, hour and 15 is generally all I do. I don't put a bunch of water in there. But, and again, if you don't season them right, you can always add salt, or something afterwards. But yeah, have a little faith in yourself, brother. Listen, I made a video. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I cannot believe that you could watch me make something on TV and think you could mess it up. Now that's comedy. Castrated bull. Okay, says, yeah, I don't know. Don't know. I use the question I use. I did make a video about it. I don't know, maybe 6-8 months ago. I use just a seasoned salt made by Redmond's. It's just the basic. It's just got, I think, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. I don't think I'm pretty sure that's it.
I'm just realizing I don't know what an oxy is.
It's a
Oh,
cow
an
like
ox
that. I think
is
it's
like a whole separate species of, like a whole separate animal.
yeah. We have the listen. We got the Wild Kingdom guys in the chat there. So an ox, I'm sure it's in the bovine family, but I don't know the difference between an ox and a cow. But maybe somebody can tell us. But yeah, you can use any kind of seasoned salt that you normally use, or you can just use salt and pepper. But I have a couple different seasoned salts that I use. They're just basic, you know, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. There might be a little paprika in there, nothing special. Whatever you would probably season a roast with, because it's roast like. It's much more tender and fatty than roast, but the texture is kind of, roasting. He jerks the chicken right from the parking lot.
Mm.
Yes. Yes, I do agree with you, Doc V. Oxtail is definitely good in soups. It's good in anything. It's good with ground beef. That's how I mix it, just to slow the fat down a little bit. It's good in soups and stews. It's good, if you. I have Buckeye waffle bread, I call it, that I make. If you make like a chaffle bread or some type of low carb bread, you can certainly make sandwiches with it. Stuff like that. It's kind of brisket like or roast like, so there's a lot of different options there. I make, put it in with my eggs, but it's very fatty, a lot of collagen in it. It is. That's right. That's great. Yes, you don't have to jerk them; they willingly go, according to. Yeah. Yes, you're right about that. Bruce jerk chicken is everything at Caribbean restaurants is served over potatoes or rice, but you can get it without that. As a matter of fact, I used to do that all the time because I'm not a huge fan of rice. Even in my old life, I wasn't a huge fan of rice. I could take it or leave it. So I would always order. I would order it, and then I'd order some extra on the side. And yeah. Kay is put his recipe in there: onion, garlic, thyme, Worcestershire sauce, black pepper, kosher salt, lemon juice, Instapot, about an hour. Yep, there you go. That looks as good as any. Yeah. If you call it, listen, hey, one man says, Russ, you wouldn't make it here too far in Texas or Louisiana if you can't handle a little flavor. Yeah, what one man's flavor is another man's fire. So I do listen. I have some Frank's Red Hot sauce in there. Don't at me. I know it's got some seed oil in it, and I use that here and there, little bits. But I get the mild. I don't get the hot sauce. Just the mild sauce. That's about as much as I can stand. Sometimes I'll put a little bit on my eggs or something like that, just little bits. But I don't like spicy, and I don't like my tongue or my mouth are on fire. I don't like that. But I know you're saying you don't like any spicy at all, Kim, or just a little bit.
I don't really like any spice.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can take.
it's a little spicy, but not like hot.
Yes, there's a difference between like a.
Hot is not. Hot is
Yes,
not flavor.
there's a difference between like a little zing, like it's got a little kick to it, and then there's heat. So if it's got like jerk chicken, most places it has a little kick to it. It's not super hot, but it's it's not going to make your nose run or anything like that. But it's got a little bit of just a little zing to it. That's okay. But like Tabasco sauce or like jalapeno, even like salsa, I've had some salsas that they said were mild, but they were just a little. They had a little zing to them there.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that
for the sake of being hot.
Yeah.
I'm not for that.
Yeah, no, I'm not me either. That takes the.
I mean, you eat from like back in the days when I used to eat chili a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a little, I can handle a little heat in my chili, but I don't want it burning my mouth.
No. I'm definitely you. Cahill loves spicy foods, and that's it. Guards and more guards. I think she's going. I'm behind on my comments. I think she was talking about my potato comments. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm surprised you haven't had oxtails somewhere down there. If you're down in Louisiana and Texas and that, I'm surprised you haven't stumbled across some oxtails somewhere.
Stumbled across one in the swamp.
Yeah, in Louisiana. But then again, yeah, I think they're probably a little more on the seafood side of the game down there, shrimp and
little gator tail.
Yeah, crawfish and stuff like that. Gumbo, there's no oxtails in gumbo if you're in Louisiana.
Gumbo, shrimp Creole.
Yeah. 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 I remember when I was a kid, we had Ryan's, and my mom would take us there sometimes. Probably was easier for her. Everybody could get what they wanted.
It was probably kids free night.
Yeah. That's a little kids eat cheap.
Why most parents would do that.
Yeah. Let's see what things we have. Okay. Castrated bulls have fattier meat. Well, there you go. And Doc V has seconded your motion on that. Doc V has co-signed my man Cahill on there. So ain't got a pressure cooker. Or do you have a crock pot? If you have a crock pot, which I'm sure you have one of those, then you just go ×4. So you put them in a crock pot, same way. You don't have to use any water if you put them in a crock pot. If you have a pressure cooker, then you have to use some water to get the pressure. But you can crock pot them, I'd say minimum 4 hours, but probably 6. The good cooks can tell you about that, but somewhere along that line, you put them on low 4 to 6 hours, and they'll come out just as good. The pressure cooker just speeds the process up. That's why I have one, because, whether it's brisket, whether it's, roast, whether it's oxtail, any type of coarse, heavy meat that you've got to slow cook in order to eat it, the pressure cooker it's like hitting the fast forward button on the slow cooker. If you have a slow cooker with a fast forward button, that's what the pressure cooker is. You pressure cook anything for like an hour, hour and a half, it comes out like you slow cooked it for 4 or 5 hours. So if you're it's cool if you have the time to slow cook and smoke, but if you want to eat, I can be like from the freezer to the dinner table in 2 hours. It's like, So although I do thaw them out and season them up though. So there you go. Yeah, that's right. Yep, absolutely. Crock pot. A pressure cooker is just like I said, a crock pot with a fast forward button. Doc says they probably sell the tail of any cattle as oxtail. Yeah, it's funny because like at Costco, it says beef oxtails. That's what it has on the label. But then when I go to other stores, it just says oxtail. So, Kayla, good to see you, says she is here. And what's we got here? Yeah, Doc is just in here. Yeah, Doc has been lurking. He's been quiet in the background. Kayla says, I'm bringing tomahawk steak and homemade bone broth to the cookout. There you go. Love that. Believe it or not, that's something I've never had, is a tomahawk steak. I see so many people with them online and different things like that. And I might try to do that. I don't never even seen one like in Costco or anything like that. I don't know. Plus, I'm not a big, like some people smoke and have the big grills. I don't do that. I don't smoke anything. Actually, what I smoke, you can roll up in a. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I'm just kidding. You don't need a smoker. You just need papers.
I love Kayla's little drawing. So cute.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I see guys with those big tomahawks, and they put them in the smokers, and they put them on a big grill, and yeah, I do have a charcoal grill in my garage. There could be a dead body in there because I have not used it in like 5 years. I don't know what I don't know what's it could be in there. So maybe I have to resurrect that and try to make a tomahawk on that thing because I don't know if you can make it in an electric skillet. It's kind of big. Yeah. Bruce's wife makes a mean gumbo. Yeah, and I guess I mean there's not much. I mean there can be. I guess you can make gumbo however you want it. You can make it like high carb or kind of low carb. If you just got a broth, or I guess it's called a roux, right? Is that what they call gumbo broth? It's just got shrimp and sausage and stuff in it. Yeah, that's. I'm guessing you could make it high carb. Doc Vasquez said, good night, Doc. Good to talk to you, brother. Good to see you.
Yeah, Doc Nelson. Thanks for
Glad you
stopping
made
by.
it. Glad you made it home safe. And yeah, crockpot with a fast food. Yes, I do what I can, brother. I do what I can. So, but yeah, that'll be next week. I'm gonna do that next week for sure. Probably Thursday or Friday. That sounds yummy and delicious. And I did buy some chicken. I'm gonna do something. I don't want to get I don't at me, everybody, but I think I'm going to get some mushrooms and some bacon. And I got some chicken thighs. I was in Winn-Dixie and chicken thighs were on sale, $1.59 a pound. And so I'm going to debone them. I'm going to fry them in some bacon grease. And then I think I may get a few mushrooms and some bacon crumbles and some Alfredo sauce and mix it all up and drown the chicken in it. So the mushrooms aren't high carb, but they're not, all carnivores, you can hide your kids, hide your wives. I'm talking about mushrooms here. So, do you eat mushrooms at all? Is that
If I want to, I will.
Yeah, I didn't know if you like them. Some people don't like them. Some people
Oh,
are like,
yeah,
I
I
know
like mushrooms.
people pick them off the pizzas and stuff like that. I know people that I don't eat them very much or very often, but I was just thought, man, mushroom, bacon, Alfredo chicken. That sounds like it's
Yeah, that
absolutely
sounds
delicious.
good.
Yeah,
Now, I wouldn't do the Alfredo just because I cannot do
the
liquid
cream.
dairy. I just can't do liquid
Oh,
dairy at
yeah.
all. It really doesn't sit
No, I
well with
understand.
me as far as one of my
Yeah,
conditions.
yeah. No, I understand. I totally understand that. It's a lot of cream and cheese, but yeah. So I'm thinking about doing that. Maybe I'll do that the week after because this next week is going to be oxtails and ground beef. So, but so roux is essentially flour and oil. Well, there you go. Well, maybe coconut flour. I don't know how that works. By the way, oh my man, Katie
Yeah.
Hill says after 8 years, I'm no longer pre-diabetic. Now
Awesome.
that's something we can get
All
behind.
about right
I
there.
love that. I love that, man. That
Oh,
is great.
Bruce is checking out.
Yes, listen, I can't believe he made it. I cannot believe he made it this long, and he loves mushrooms. There you go. So I got a partner in crime there, but I appreciate you, Bruce, hanging out with us. He stayed up late, man. He's past his bedtime. I love it. I don't do shrooms.
Doesn't do shrooms.
Now, does that mean eat them or what kind of? It's sniff them. I don't know what people do with mushrooms to get. I know some people get a little higher and then kites with them. It's a different kind of mushroom. Well, my friends, I think we have fulfilled our contractual obligations to the family. As always, we appreciate you coming by, stopping, hanging out with us. Hope you're doing well. Hang in there if you're struggling. Hope we were able to lift your spirits a little bit, get you a couple laughs tonight. We'll be back next week with another edition of the Keto Cookout. What you got coming up? Anything coming up on your channel? Kim, you want to talk about?
Same old. Every week we review the ketogenic textbook. We actually read it aloud to each other and then we talk about it.
Love it.
On Thursdays at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then every Sunday at 5 Eastern Standard Time, we do our keto, our low carb book club. And right now we do different books, just based on health, not necessarily low carb specific. But let's see, right now we're doing oh man. What is that book? Sugar. I can't remember. I've been up since 5:30 this morning.
I know. I appreciate it.
It's the one by not her brother's Casey. Casey Means and what's the crap?
I'm illiterate.
Anyway.
So I can't read.
So she was a doctor. I'm gonna have to look at it now because it's gonna aggravate the crap out of me. But yeah, so she still is a doctor, but she works for Levels now. Casey Means good energy.
Right.
So we're about halfway through that one, but that's Sunday at 5 Eastern Standard Time. So that's
we'll see what the week brings there. I may try to do a update video and a couple subscriber question videos and that, and we'll see how that goes. Weigh in next week. I don't know how that'll go. Feel good, but you never know how those things go. So we'll see. I've been slow on my videos. I keep saying it, just trying to find the time to fit it all in there. But I'm going to be trying to make a few more videos soon. But until then, next Tuesday night we'll be here. Our girl Laura Russell will be here. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Nurse Laura will be here with us. And until then, man, keep on rocking, keep doing what you do, and we wish you all the best. And we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys. Thanks.